Magandang gabi, Pilipinas. Magandang gabi, Batangas. So, narito na naman tayo sa isang live dito sa Facebook, sa WhatsApp, Dbuzz. So, stay around. Medyo late tayo ngayon dahil we are testing a new call na kung saan ay para makausap natin ang mga bida ng Dbuzz team. So, diyan lang po kayo. At nariyan, nakikita ninyo yung chart ni Hive to USDT, di ba? So, yan yung ating presyuhan ngayon. So, standby lang po. Ayan. Ayun, naririnig mo na ako? Can you hear me?
Malinaw bro, malinaw.
Ayan, okay. So, we are already live na din naman. So, sige, kahit standby na lang muna for a few minutes. Inintay ko lang si Chris. Bibigyan ko siya ng link. Kasama ba si Chris?
Nasa kabilang ano siya, nasa kabilang room.
Ibabato ko yung link. Nag-fail kasi yung ginamit ko.
Okay lang bro, okay lang.
So, ayan po. Habang hinihintay po natin na maganda yung core team natin, silipin na natin itong presyo muna. Yung presyo muna ng Hive to USDT. Ano? So, tayo po ay nasa 0.34. At kung titingnan natin sa time frame, gamitin na natin yung 1-day time frame. Ayan, so ito po yung itsura niya. Okay. Ayan, tingnan na po natin ang kanyang weekly time frame. So weekly time frame, ayan po, napakahaba. So sa hourly, yan yung hourly time frame niya. Yan sa hourly, yan, mas magandang tingnan. Okay? At ang tungkol naman sa, yan po yung pinaka presyo ni Hive, sa loob ng isang oras. Ayan. So, kumusta po kayo? Sana po ang inyong sana po ang inyong naging naging holiday season ay maganda naman po. So, actually, maraming mga disruption po nitong holiday season. At ika nga maraming mga ginawa, syempre mga okasyon, mga paghanda at mga busy pa po sa ilang mga gawain. So, eto po, balik na po ulit tayo sa ating weekly every Sunday na ating programa. So, tawagin na po natin ito po, at po yung muli pinapakilala ko po ang Divas. Ito po yung Divas na kung saan ay ang ating platform na kung saan ay within the Hive network. Ano po? So, yan po yung blockchain at yung app na kung saan ay ating pong pinagsusumikapang may turo sa mga Pilipino. Ayan. So tawagin na po natin ang ating mga guest at na magkukwento. No? Brother Ed. Kumusta, brother?
Magandang gabi po sa lahat. Okay naman sa nakapagpahinga ng konti sa bakasyon. Yun, medyo busy yung natin, yung past few days, maging nitong nakaraang mga linggo. Challenging pa rin sa Divas team dito sa Davao kasi nga inumpisahan natin na pagkatapos nating pumunta doon sa isang Lumad School ay naging busy yung team dahil sa paghahanda para sa sa proposal natin, sa high proposal number 2. Yun, at challenging sa part natin kasi hanggang ngayon mga ilang araw na rin nang lumipas, hindi pa rin natin naabot yung threshold na tinatawag. Pero positive pa rin ang team na makukuha natin yung Nagpapasalamat pala yung buong team sa mga nasa mahigit actually nasa 478 na yung total votes natin sa proposal number 294. At marapit na rin tayong umabot ng 11 million. So far so good. Pero talagang challenging yung ginagawa nating yung mga activities. At yun lang muna yung nagpapasalamat din ako sa mga listeners natin na andyan pa rin. Maging sa mga active natin, mga active users ng Divas. Actually nitong mga nakaraang linggo, nami-maintain na natin yung more than 450 active users at meron na rin tayong 3,900 mahigit na mga subscribers. Kung magpapatuloy ito, positive tayo na mas malayo pa yung mararating ng Divas. Makikita naman natin sa activities ng Divas na halos every minutes or 5 to 10 minutes ay merong nagpo-post. Kaya positive lang tayo for the year 2024. Ayan lang muna, Sir Gorobads. Mas maraming maikukwento si Sir Chris. Andyan na siya, naka-online. At maraming salamat po sa lahat sa patuloy na pakikinig at pagsusubaybay sa ating weekly show. Yun po, maraming salamat, Sir Gorbads.
Okay, diyan ka muna, Boss Ed. And Chris, how's the Christmas season?
It was good. It was good. Nathan and I were working a lot on the Hive proposal during that time, so we were pretty busy during the Christmas season. But it was a good holiday. One of the, we initially got funded for our first Hive proposal. I think it was in June, and then it was 6 months of heavy work. My role was in making sure that the dev release that Dbuzz made new releases, new fixes, new updates. So we had about 5 to 6 developers that I was pushing very hard to make competent and fast releases. So it was a very challenging 6 months in a good way. We got a lot done. Were you able to notice the new user interface change? That was a couple months ago, but that was a big difference for the Dbuzz platform.
Yes, it is much faster, and as I see it's more like a glossy one. There is, you have improved the coloring. I'm sure it's better now, but there are some instances that have been reported, and we've been reported it from the GC, that there's some bug at times, pero generally it's faster and it's easier, though the rendering of the image at certain times it's kind of slow, but generally it is improved compared for the several months that pass.
Yeah, and we're going to start working on Dbuzz version 4 soon. What happened was we were supposed to do, initially we planned on doing version 4 in before the end of 2023, but what happened was the initial new user interface that wasn't actually included in our initial plans. We were planning on saving that for version 4, but we just realized that the layout was so outdated before we made the change that we decided to go ahead and fix the layout. And also the blog.d.buzz, it still requires additional work, but it took a lot longer than expected. We suspected that would have taken maybe a month and a half, but it took about 3 to 3.5 months. So that also delayed a lot of our plans. And we also built auto.vote, which is an alternative of hive.vote, but it uses Keychain instead of Hive Signer. So there were some of the things that we planned on doing that we didn't do, but there's also things that we didn't initially plan on doing that we actually did in the last half of 2023.
How about the Dbuzz, the validator node, the witness node?
We're going to bring it back online, but we're going to bring it online under the dbuzz.app username. And the reason why is we have someone that we know that can run it very well for us, because our Dbuzz dev that works on the Dbuzz code, it wasn't efficient at also running a witness, and at the same time we are using a hosting provider for our node that really caused us a lot of problems. So we're going to start fresh on dbuzz.app, and it's someone that we know will maintain the uptime consistently with a great amount of success. So we're planning that in the beginning of this year.
Okay, so the last time we talked, you mentioned about the initial talks with regards to CoinsPH. You mentioned Crimson Clad is already talking. So any update during the Christmas season on what stages does Crim is already in the talks with CoinsPH?
Yeah, during the Christmas season, they were still communicating. And what Crimson Clad told me, because this is my first time actually working to get a coin listed on an exchange, or second time, but this is a major exchange. So this is the first major exchange I've ever participated in for a coin listing. And Crimson Clad said that everything is going smooth. What they're doing is their technical team is reviewing the documentation for Hive. And supposedly, I think it was Crimson Clad that told me that I think they get they likely get hundreds of requests a day, something like that. So it's normal that it takes a long time. After this call, I will probably check back in and review the group chat to see if there's any new updates. But Krim sounds very enthusiastic, like confident that things are going smoothly, and she's the expert in terms of exchange listings for Hive. So I trust that when she's confident, I trust that we're on the right track.
Well, I was thinking that if this push through with CoinsPH and along the way with PDAX, does the Philippines can host the next Hive Fest? What do you think, Chris? I mean, you will be the main player for that. What do you think?
Possibly. Nathan's actually talked about that as well. But it may not actually be the next Hive Fest. It possibly could be the one in 2025. And the reason why was I've at least heard some rumors or some hearsay that they would like the next Hive Fest to be, some of the big stakeholders would like it to be on the American continent. And the reason why is that they've already gone through Europe, through Asia, and Thailand. But at the same time, possibly it could be in the Philippines. And the reason why is it's much harder to get a visa in the American continent than it is in, someplace like the Philippines.
So that would be the thing that we need to be prepared. At least that will be in 2025. So if all the projects that the Divas team is pushing this year and the following year, I guess we will be ready with Hive Fest, and that will be a very, very busy moment for the Filipino Hive community. So how about the last post, the awesome post that I saw is the one that you went to the school with the JCI and the LUMAD. So how is the collaboration with the JCI? I mean, we have a local GCI here, and the school, our school is already collaborating with some of the activities. So that's really familiar, and JCI is very active in community projects. So what else after that Christmas event on a school? What is in store for this new year for Divas?
Well, I'm interested in going to Cebu on the I think it's the 19th. Is it? There's a fiesta in Cebu, and supposedly they're gonna have a crypto event there. But I did get a little sick, like physically sick. I have a sore throat, and I had a fever yesterday. So if I can, recover well enough and get the support that I need, I may be going to Cebu with Ed to attend a meetup there. Oh, there's Joyce.
Yeah, and of course the Cebu Hive community is really big. They are a long form blogger, and most of them are DepEd teachers. And say hello to them for me. And hopefully you can have a talks or a dinner or a lunch with them, so that we will have more greater cohesive relationship to each other, right? Because we are all Hive. We're all Hive bloggers. Okay. So anything else before I call to Miss Joyce? And maybe Miss Joyce will share her experiences in the community in the GC. Chris, let me tell something that of course I am very active in the GC, and so far we are intermingling SPL players to Divas and continue tutoring them on the concept, and they are already good, and we keep on onboarding, and there's a lot of things to learn. And even though some of them is already months old na, but we need to teach them the in and out of the blockchain. So far there is a demand for Hive and HBD for the past several weeks. Many wanted to buy. So this is a good sign that people are stacking with Hive, and they are stacking with the Hive power, so that they can further help those who are in the community for their upvotes. Sis Joyce, kumusta? Can you hear me? You will be monitoring only, Sis Joyce? Okay. Mrs. Joyce, are you there? O, sige. Tawagin ko muna si James Agustin. Brother James?
Hello po.
Ayan. Kung magkakapagbukas ka ng camera or kung hindi naman, okay lang. Pakilala ka, Brother James, and then and your username sa Hive?
Ang username ko sa Hive po and D-Buzz is Jamjam Nitsuga.
Hello. So, kumusta? Parang
nag-meet up na kami Sir Ed and Sir Chris yung sa Archway.
So ano pong impression ninyo after several weeks that you've been posting already? Nakikita ko na nga yung post mo, and kumusta? Kumusta yung karanasan?
Ay, okay lang po kasi galing naman din ako sa Steemit dati.
Sa Steemit. Ay, nako.
Sa Steemit din ako dati.
Nandudun tayo. Anong year ka? Anong year ka?
2017.
Anong buwan? Kasi ako yung November November ako ng 2017.
Siguro nasa mga June.
Mas matanda ka sa akin. Kasi ang alam ko nagsimula.
Kasi kami nun. Kasi yun nag-mine kami ng Ethereum.
Oo. Yun yung panahon.
Physical mining.
Yun yung panahon na talagang bagong-bago pa yung Ethereum na kasagsagan ng kasikatan niya. Then afterwards
bago yung smart contract.
So, kumusta naman yung community? I mean, yung suporta ng community at yung payout na nakukuha mo sa pagpo-post sa D-Buzz, or at least sa kabuuan pa rin ng Hive. Kumusta?
Okay naman po. Konti-konti lang. Hindi naman ako hangad yung ma-post ko in my heart. Yun lang naman. At least mas okay siya kasi every posting may reward ka.
Ayan ako.
Hindi naman lahat nagbibigay. Ganun lang naman talaga yan. Depende lang naman sa subject and yung i-post mo.
Oo, syempre ganyan naman talaga Syempre, ang readers kasi naman ng post natin ay lahat na. Ika nga pag nag-post tayo sa D-Buzz, makikita rin sa lahat yan sa lahat ng bansa. So, depende talaga kung sino makaka-appreciate.
Pero wala pa tayo wala pa si D-Buzz yung video na
Yeah, there is a move from the D-Buzz team to use video using the facility of TreeSpeak, but somehow it's not yet in fruition. Wala pa. Pero since ang TreeSpeak kasi at saka yung VSC, kasi meron kasing binubuo ang mga developer na kung saan yung IPS facility na kung saan pwedeng gamitin ng kahit anong app within the Hive network. Kaso syempre may ilang pang mga focus ang iba't ibang mga applications. So far si D-Buzz kasi is nag-iba muna ng focus. Pero isa yon sa mga project na kung saan malagyan ng video si D-Buzz. Na kung saan ang sasalo kasi ng video noon ay yung TreeSpeak network. Yung TreeSpeak network. Kung nagamit na ang mga listener natin, ang mga kasama natin ng TreeSpeak, yun din po yung sasalo Ganun yun So, anything else, James? And I'll be calling Miss Antoinette.
Yes po. No problem po.
Okay, so Miss Antoinette, kumusta? 2 linggo ding busy ka pa rin. Miss Antoinette, kumusta?
Yes, hello, good evening everyone. Welcome to D-Buzz. At ganun pa rin po, busy tayo, kaka-assist sa mga newbies. At hindi lang tayo, newbies ngayon, parami tayo ng parami. Dati, 5 lang tayo kung mag-post tsaka kung mag-chat dun sa GC. Ngayon, ang dami na natin. Kasi nga, nakuha natin yung mga Stenterlands gamers, yung mga old hivers na mga taga-Philippines. At ganun din yung mga taga-Discord. Sa ngayon, ang pinupush through natin is yung proposal. Iniisa-isa kung i-chat yung mga D-Buzzers tsaka hivers para makapag-support sa proposal. Yung iba naman, yung mga taga dito sa Cagayan de Oro, pinupuntahan ko sa kanila kasi hindi nila alam paano mag-vote o kay mag-support ng ano. Medyo teke kasi kaya kailangan silang puntahan. At saka yun may mga bago tayong mga bago tayong pasok na mamaya siguro baka mag-PM ako sa iyo Sir Rodel, kasi may mga ibang newbies tayo na kailangan nila ng support sa RC nila kasi hindi makapag-post, hindi makapag-engage, ganun. So far naman maayos naman yung takbo ng natin ngayon. Yung mga newbies natin, yung mga debuzzers natin, napaka-active. Dumadami talaga, hindi na talaga mapipigilan.
Sis, meron kang sinasabi dati about the yung community rewards na kung saan from the divas, yung mga contest, yan. Baka may idea ka na dun sa naiisip natin na gano'n. Paano kaya natin mabibuild up yan?
Well, actually, madali lang naman kasi mag-build ng idea. Actually, nag-start na ako nun eh. Kaya lang yung dapat meron tayong pang prize syempre. Kung mga ganun. Parang katulad sa ibang community. Like for example, sa ASEAN Hive, may mga pa-contest sila. Tapos bawat post nung sumali, may support talaga yon. Tapos pumipili sila ng 3 para kung sino yung pinaka-the best at yun ang binibigyan nila ng reward. Minsan kalahati nung earnings ng post, o kaya minsan naman SNC coins, o kaya minsan naman HBD, depende sa pero hindi ko pa kasi nakakausap si Sir Chris sa setup na yun kung ano yung pwedeng magiging rewards natin, kasi madali lang naman. Mas maganda nga talaga sana kung ganun meron tayong pa-contest para mas ganahan naman yung mga buzzers natin, tsaka yung mga usually kasi ibang community may mga ganun talaga, may mga pa-contest talaga. Sa atin wala pa kasi. Ina-arrange ko pa yung kung paano yung setup ng mga pa-prices, kung anong pwede natin gawin o baka na pwede natin pag-usapan dito ngayon para sa ganun ma-set natin o ma-arrange natin para makagawa na tayo ng mga pa-contest. Yung iba rin may nagsasuggest na iba lalong-lalo na yung mga old hivers na baka pwede yung katulad din ng ibang community, yung delegation, mag-delegate tayo. Halimbawa sa isang curation account, di ba? Tapos yung iba naman, kaya naman yung iba kasi sa ibang community nagde-delegate sila kasi meron sila nakukuha na kahit na papano, na kahit pa konti-konti na balik na Hive or HBD. Ganun kasi yung ginagawa ng iba. Hindi ko lang alam kung pwede natin i-apply yan dito kasi syempre kailangan pa ng decision yan dun sa pinakamataas talaga. Andito naman si Sir Chris, baka kung makapag-decide siya kung anong pwedeng gawin dyan, kasi ako pwede kong i-spread yan dun sa mga debuzzers na ganito yung mga natin, yung pwede nating gawin. May mga bago tayong mga pakulok, campaigns, contest, or whatsoever.
Okay, so
Si Jose ata baka gusto kong may sabihin.
Chris is listening and monitoring, so I will re-echo to him. So this is a contest and teams in which every week there will be some winners based on certain categories, and then of course the support for the community like delegation, etc. And of course yung delegating of high power in exchange for a weekly payout, in a certain payout. So let us check if the Divas team will come up with that. So Antoinette, diyan ka lang muna, ating pagsasalitain muna din yung iba. Si Mr. Mario na laging kasama ni PJ Entrepreneurs sa mga picture. Kita ko yung almusal mo. Mario, can you give us some nice kwento, quick kwento sa punta mo dun sa mga social na mga lugar? BGC ba yon? Sir Mario, kumusta naman yung yung mga banding mo kay PJ Entrepreneur? Kumusta pa?
Hello.
Yan.
Mabuti naman po.
Lagi mong lagi mong suot yung Divas at saka yung Hive. So, kumusta? May mga nagkaka-interest ba? Nagtatanong kung ano yung Hive at Divas na shirt mo?
Meron naman po kasi pag yung sa-sign up na sila ng account, medyo nahihirapan po.
Well, natural kasi yun eh. Siyempre, iba-ibang tao, iba ang appreciation sa mga ganitong mga steps, lalo't ito ay may kaunting complexity, lalo sa telepono o sa smartphone. Pero, nasa ka ngayon? Nasa Metro Manila ka ba, Brother Mario?
Dito na po sa La Union, sir. Uwi ko po nung kapon.
So, ang duty mo is dito sa Metro Manila? Yun ang duty mo?
Hindi, sir. Dito sa La Union, sir.
Sa La Union. Tapos yung mga picture nung dumuti ka dito sa Metro Manila.
Opo.
Ayun. So, natutuwa talaga ako na makita yung mga picture mo. Ayun. And siyempre, invite ka pa rin And na pagtulong-tulungan natin sa GC na ma-assistihan sila. Okay, so tawagin naman natin si salamat. Si Jaka Emmanuel. Napakatagal ko nang hindi nakakausap ito at nakaka-chat. Mr. Lumanaw, kumusta ang buhay-buhay? Mr. Jaka? Hello? Kasi active ito doon sa nung mga pauna. And then medyo naglaylo si Mr. Jaka na I believe na bumabalik uli siya. And monitor ko ulit yung kanyang post. Emmanuel, are you there?
Hello po.
Hello, kumusta ba? Kumusta ba ang buhay-buhay?
So, tinatry ko yung settings ko kasi ayaw mag-on ng mic. So, okay na pala. So, okay lang po. Still hodling Hive. Update pa minsan-minsan. Busy sa business.
'Di ba kayong dalawa na ni John Charles ang namo-monitor ko dating, halos sabay na sabay kayo sa Hive na nakikita ko. Taga Davao ka din ba, Jaka?
From Surigao, pero nag-aaral ako sa Davao and now I'm back sa Surigao. That's why inactive ako lagi sa mga gathering nila sa Davao.
Ayun, ay di ba dati meron kang minor? Tama ba 'yon?
Ethereum miner, nag-stop na kasi.
Kumusta na mga machine mo? Kumusta mga machine mo?
Not profitable na. Binenta ko na lahat ng GPUs.
Talagang ang kurso mo ba? Coding ba? IT ka ba, brother?
Computer technology.
Okay. So, IT pa rin yan.
Yeah.
So, keep on building yung ating Hive account and then tulong-tulungan mo kami sa community, sa GC in explaining and onboarding. So thank you very much in viewing us, okay, brother. So
thank you.
Okay, brother Ed, other things na miss natin o kaya yung hindi yung mga naganap nung itong Christmas break, brother Ed?
Hello, yun lang yung yung mga natatandaan ko kasi hindi ko inakala na na linggo na pala ngayon. Pabago-bago yung schedule kasi ng namin. Madalas kami gising sa gabi. So, yun, patuloy pa rin tayo na nagsusumikap na maparami pa yung mga users natin sa Divas. At chine-check ko rin yung mga kaibigan natin sa Cebu. Medyo nawala kasi ako sa Discord ng Hive PH. Kaya unti-unti akong bumabalik. Tinitingnan ko muna, nakikimasid muna. Mahirap naman na biglain natin yung mga kasamahan natin doon. Kaya monitoring muna ngayon. At yun, kung yung mga activities namin dito ni na Chris at ni na Nathan, pinagsusumikapan din namin na makagawa ng mga pamamaraan. At isa pala sa mga concern na nakikita ko din sa about sa DBUS at sa Hive na rin, yung sa pagdating sa funding, kasi gumagawa tayo ng paraan na mailink yung games natin na Rich Art para sa pang long term natin na funding source, kasi kailangan talaga na hindi lang sa DHF magmula yung funds, kailangan ding gumawa ng ibang paraan at nang sa ganun makita ng buong community ng Hive na hindi lang tayo umaasa sa funding ng DHF. Yun nga, nakipag-meet kami ni Sir, yung designer ng yung artist ng Rich Art. Nakipag-meet kami kay Ken Birds, yung consultant ng DBUS at consultant din siya ng Surge Spec. At nag-uusap kami, meron na kami mga initial na arrangement. Inuuna lang natin yung sa proposal ngayon, dito tayo nakapokus. Susunod na natin yung mga activities natin about sa promotion ng Rich Art. Yan natin i-report ko pa yung kina Chris at Nathan kung ano yung mga napag-usapan namin na mga strategies before natin ilalabas dito sa natin sa lingguhang meeting natin or dito sa WhatsApp DBUS. Yun lang muna yung update ko, Sir Gurubads. So far so good naman. Waiting lang tayo sa kung ano mga activities na gagawin. Yan po.
Ayun, ako, salamat Brother Ed. At yaan mo, naniniwala ako na mafa-fund yung ating ipupush natin hanggang sa ma-fund yung DH proposal. Sa mga nakikinig at saka syempre sa iba pang makakapanood ng yung pong DH funding, ito po yung blockchain mismo ang magfa-fund doon sa isang Hive project na kung saan ito'y pinagbobotohan ng lahat ng mga Hive user na mga may Hive account. Pero ang pinakasusi po kasi dito ay yung may malalaking Hive power, may mas malaking say sa boto. Ayun. So, kahit po napakarami, pero kung maliliit ang Hive power, medyo maliit pa rin. Pero pag merong isang malaki, whale or orca na kung saan ay bumoto, ay talaga namang maibibigay yung boto na yon. So, actually, that is quite democratic and normal naman kasi yan tinatawag na skin on the game. May mga account holder na napakalalaki na kung saan ay they have the more say kung sino ang tatanggap ng funding. Pero syempre, tayo ay nagko-collab sa kanila as a project lead. Of course, Chris Rice and Nathan Sen is continue to talk to those who can support every Hive project. Kaya ang kailangan lang naman diyan talks at saka collaboration uli. And then hindi lilipas at masusuportahan tayo kasi kita naman at nakikita naman nila that the Filipino Hive user are in support of the DBUS proposal. At saka marami. May number na ba tayo? Chris, do we have a number of how many votes already we have received in the Philippines or all over? And then what is the name of the account that we are waiting? O wag mo na sabihin, don't mention it, but I'm sure you're gonna talk to them so that we can garner more support. Chris?
Yeah, we have about 477 votes. I think that's what we're at right now. And every vote actually counts. It doesn't, you don't have to have a large stake to actually vote. The show of support where we have votes both in terms of numbers and in terms of weight, both is important. So now what Nathan and I are going to do is try to discuss with stakeholders. As we get more votes in terms of numbers, we're going to discuss with top stakeholders, if they would like us to modify the proposal so that we can adjust more. One of the things is that when we launched our previous proposal in June of 2023, we actually had been working on it for a whole year. So even longer than that, but heavily for a year. And we're campaigning online, we're attending podcasts, and we're getting the consensus. But that's because since we didn't have funding, my work in terms of development management, it wasn't as intense. But in this last 6 months, the last half of 2023, given that we had enough funding to have 5 to 6 developers, it was very heavy work. Full-time work, telling people what to do, and troubleshooting and checking the quality assurance and site reliability. So we didn't have as much time to prepare for this Hive proposal, and we didn't actually gather a consensus ahead of time. So now we're going to kind of backtrack and talk to top stakeholders to see how we should adjust the proposal in order to get funding. So that's basically where we're at right now.
Okay, so we will be excited to hear an update for that and in the coming weeks, Chris. Thank you very much. So we also have here Sotero Bad and si Sutero from the GC. The first time that I met him here in our webcast. Brother Su, pakilala ka. Kumusta ang SPL account mo? Brother Su. Brother Su, are you there? Naku, parang wala pa yata siguro siyang monitor. Brother Su, Sotero. Kumusta, brother? We are really happy that you are in the GC and giving us more boost in the conversation there. And sana maka-invite pa tayo. And syempre, alam mo naman ang Divas Ang Divas ay kumbaga yan yung portion ng pagiging Hive natin that we can express our small content, ang ating mga small images na kung ano-ano mga pagkain, kung ano man, mga magagandang mga larawan, bigyan mo lang ng text ay earning pa rin yan within the Hive network. Brother Su? Nako, parang si Brother Su yata ay nahihirapang connect. So, Sis Joyce, so can you hear me? Do you have a microphone there? Yan, good. Kumusta, sis?
Okay lang.
Kumusta yung community? I mean, lately, nitong Paskuhan, and of course, yung pag-assist mo dito sa mga newbies natin, may nakikita ka bang problema o mga improvements na dapat gawin ng kabuuan ng Divas community para sa mga baguhan? Sis Joyce?
Kasi binago yung yung sa invite, 'di ba? Yung meron akong 3 invite, pagkatapos niyan nung umpisa hindi sila makapasok muna gawa nung pagbago ng yung referral link natin. Pero baliwala sa akin yun. Ang ginawa na lang, gumawa sila ng sarili ng account, nakapasok naman sila, ayos naman sila. Hindi ko na pinakialaman yung tungkol doon sa referral link. Ngayon, yung aking isang referral, naubusan na siya ng RC. Kaya hindi siya makapag-post. Sabi ko kay Antoinette, tulungan. Baka bukas na lang siguro. Baka bigyan ko na lang siya ng delegation. Magkano ba ang dapat ibigay?
Sis, kung gagamitin mo Hive keychain, meron naman dong equivalent So, pwede kang magbigay ng RC in equivalent to 10 high power or 50, mga ganon. Kung Hive keychain ang gagamitin mo. Sa ESNC, parang high power lang ang nakikita ko dun sa app Pero sa PICD, pwede kang maggawa, meron dong slider na pwede kang gamitin. Pero madalas sa Hive Kitchen ako nagde-delegate kasi madali kasing tingnan kapag halimbawa at 5 HP equivalent of resource credit. So okay na yon. O kaya 10 o kaya 50. So mas madalas ginagamit ko Hive Keychain to delegate RC.
yun na lang binigay sa akin ni Sir Chris na 10 noon na RC. Yun na lang din ibibigay ko doon. Kasi hindi ko na ibalik kay Sir Chris yun.
I see. Ang konsepto kasi ng ganyan, when somebody delegate in you, hindi mo naman siya madedelegate sa iba eh. Actually, your high power will be delegated.
Kasi meron nga akong, okay. So, yun na lang, pass on na lang. Ganun na lang.
Yeah, pass on na lang. Okay. So, anything?
At saka ano,
yes.
may ika-clarify nga pala ko, yung tulad ng pinag-usapan natin. Diba sabi ko, bakit may nakikita akong buzzers na 4 times na nagpo-post in an hour. Sabi mo, hindi mo binigyan ng rules kasi estudyante mo. Pero na-remember ko, si Sir Chris, kinol niya ang attention ni Creamery dahil nag-post ng sunod-sunod. So ano ba talaga? Yun lang ang gusto kong malaman.
Okay, well, in the technique, well, we somehow advise people not to post because in yung sunod-sunod, because again, if we are aiming for a payout, for a good payout, there is a certain strategy na you should not post in a consecutive manner. Kasi pwedeng tingnan kasi yun as a spam, pero hindi rin naman ganun. It's really depend kung sino titingin. Yung ideals na 3 lang, sabi ko nga morning, lunch at saka evening, yun yung kumbaga konsepto din lang naman na kung saan mas magandang napapag-isipan mo yung ipopost mo. Pero kung may mga ready naman, again, hindi to pinagbabawalan sa blockchain. It is not forbidden for you to post consecutively. Pwede talaga yon. Kaya lang naman sinasabi natin na we strategize na kung kailan at ilan because we are aiming for a better payout. Kasi, pero again, hindi pa rin garantisado lahat. Kasi, we are always on the mercy ng mga curators because we are also curators. Hindi lang naman ako, kayo, marami pang iba. So, depende din ng interpretation nila kung i-upvote nila yon. So, walang strict rules doon. It is just an advice. An advice na kung saan as we learn from this platform, pwede mo namang mag-iba ka ng strategy. Pwede ka rin magturo.
Pero alam mo, Rodel, spamming kasi tawag dun eh. Lalo na pag makita yung ang dami kayong nada-downvote sa ganun.
Okay, Chris.
Dalawang post, hindi pwede yun, di ba?
Okay, Chris, have an answer. Chris?
Yeah, so the way that it works is it's not a rule, it's not a mandate or requirement to not post consecutively, but there is a culture on Hive that you don't have to follow, but if you would like more rewards, like what Rodel said, it's wise to at least fall in line with it to some extent. So it's similar to how lying is not illegal. It's not illegal to lie, but it's just a universal truth that a person who lies, who speaks harshly, who has ill will, it's gonna harm their life. It's gonna ruin some of their personal and professional life. So it's not in the same way that lying and speaking harshly is not illegal. You could post 10 posts consecutively in a row, and it will actually work. Your transaction will go through. But because of the culture on Hive, where people do not appreciate seeing 10 posts from one person on their feed, then you're not going to get rewarded as much. Theoretically, it's not guaranteed because maybe there is someone that likes seeing your post 10 times in a row, and that's another reason why what we're doing is we're not giving you rules, we're not giving you mandates or requirements, but as we've been on Hive for a long time, we're kind of giving an estimate on what the result of your actions will be. And another thing to consider is that even though this is what the culture is like on Hive, the culture on Hive is dynamic. That means it changes over time. So, right now we have 450 active users, but someday if we have, say, 20 or 40,000 users, then it probably won't be as much of an issue, because people won't see they won't see your post, your consecutive post, as flooding, because it won't be, they won't be able to tell, because so many posts will go through that even your consecutive posts won't be seen as flooding. And one way to actually compare this to is, imagine if you're communicating with a friend or even someone you don't know yet, and they just send you consecutive messages over and over and over again, and then you get bothered because you don't have a time to speak back or communicate back. You don't have time to listen, so you just put them on block, and then they could get angry and say, how come Facebook is blocking me for sending consecutive messages, when it wouldn't be even though Facebook does block. But in that case where you block someone for sending you consecutive messages, in that case it wouldn't be Facebook that's blocking you, it's the actual person that you're messaging. So if you post consecutive posts, it's not DBuzz that's blocking you, or it's not DBuzz that's downvoting you, because in general we don't downvote, and it's not DBuzz that is upset, but it's specific individual people in the community that are downvoting you, or that are not upvoting you. So these are guidelines, not rules, mandates, or requirements.
It is also the same that you upvote simultaneously. I mean, consecutively. Consecutively, it is allowed on the chain to vote consecutively. But of course, there's always a limit. Of course, if you have a low high power, so you can use up all your high power or your RC. So that is a good explanation, Chris. Thank you very much. I mean, think of this. Sa GC po, sa GC natin, we share our best practices. Pwede natin gamitin sa itong best practices so that yung pagkakaalam natin na mas magandang strategy, sineshare natin yan. Again, wala pong hard rule. Ang interpretation po natin is based on our experiences, which is better kasi tayo matatagal na. So sana naman po ay wala muna, kumbaga, at saka syempre depende rin po yan sa community, kasi halimbawa katulad ng mga estudyante ko, hindi ko talaga naman pwedeng ibigay sa kanila yung napakaraming rules. I'm just happy that they are posting at a time na kung saan kumbaga pag lumalambing ako sa kanila ay nagpo-post naman sila, and then sometime wala uli. So okay lang naman po yun. And even katulad po, halimbawa maraming lumalabas sa feed mo, nasa curator po yun kung sunod-sunod niyang i-upvote o mag-upvote ulit siyang dalawa, papahinga muna. At sa sunod na cycle ulit after 2 hours, 3 hours, or 5 hours. O pwede namang straight agad, 10, straight agad, 15, masasagat talaga yung RC mo. Kaya magpapahinga ka pa rin at the end. Yan si Antoinette. Antoinette?
So, gusto ko lang i-clarify, so, bali kasi dati ang sinasabi ko sa mga newbies sa orientations ko is, pwede silang mag-post 4 times a day, alternate hours. So, kung ganito pala, kung po pwede siya, pwede silang sunod-sunod na mag-post. Halimbawa sa 1 oras, parang ang pangit kasi tingnan sa doon sa DBuzz na yung nagsusunod-sunod. Baka kasi gumaya na lahat. At saka, ang atin kasi, iniingatan natin yung community, kumbaga. Well, wala nga naman tayong rules, pero kung maisuggest sana natin na kung wag ganun na sa 1 oras sunod-sunod kasi bumukha talaga siyang spamming, ang tawag nito yung, kasi katulad sa ibang communities, hindi ka pwedeng mag-post ng halimbawa sa Pinmapol, 10 post ka sa 1 araw, kung mga ganun, hindi pa pwede yung ganun sa kanila doon dapat talaga may interval para mas maganda, kasi pagka medyo nakakairita kasi tingnan, mo yung nagsunod-sunod, nakikita mo silang, kasi may iba akong nakikita doon na nagsusunod na nagpo-post, sinasabihan ko talaga pwede, pero sa maayos na pamamaraan na pwede naman kayo mag-post, pwedeng iba-ibahin lang yung oras, wag yung sa 1 oras 4-5 kaagad, kasi parang ang masakit sa mata tingnan. Yun lang po, suggestion ko lang yun.
Chris, you raise your hand.
Yes. Another thing that I would like to point out is diversity of content. So, some people and again, this isn't a rule, this isn't a mandate, it's a requirement, but generally the same content posted like over and over again, not only in the same day, but multiple days throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout the year. If a person is, say, taking a picture of the same house but want a different angle every day, it's not going to be rewarded as well as content that is diverse, where there's a variety of, not only variety of types of pictures, but also types of content. And one of the things to actually consider, and again, this isn't a mandate, rule, or requirement, it will just lead to more rewards and more curation, is try to have the community in mind, where instead of posting to earn rewards, think about
Your signal is getting choppy, Chris.
Examples is crypto news. Okay, I think I'll let someone else speak then.
Okay, you can continue, Chris. You can continue. Your signal is getting choppy. Continue, Chris.
Yeah, so what I'm just saying is that one of the factors in being curated is if you are posting a variety of content where you're posting about different things and even different types of content, or if you're just posting the same thing over and over again. Posting the same thing over and over again, it won't earn nearly as much as having a variety of content. And news is also curated very well. Like breaking news on crypto, that's curated very well on DBuzz.
Well, so this, Antoinette, you're raising hand again. Antoinette.
Ay, hindi, kanina pa pala yung naka-raise lang. Si Sotero gusto magsalita. May sinabi siya nag-type siya sa messages, baka pwede na rin basahin kasi nakakaganda kasi nito mga Splinterlands, nakakatuwa kasi napaka-concern nila sa community. Alam niyo yung nagtutulungan sila at sinusuportahan nila yung DBuzz na ang tawag nito, sila mismo na hindi mo na sila kailangan pagsabihan na oy, magsuportahan tayo, ganyan, magtulungan tayo. Kasi sila mismo yung nagsasabi na dun sa GC, lalo na sa mga newbies, na nakakatawa na may ganun pala yung mindset nila na, alam mo yung, isipin mo taga-Splinterlands sila, tapos hindi yung kami lang ni Joyce yung nagmamalasakit na sa community na napakarami na natin. So, meron ngang isang nakausap si Joyce na kakausapin yung isang curator ng taga-Splinterlands din para tumulong mag-support dito sa curation din natin sa DBuzz. May concern din yata si Sotero kaya lang hindi siya makapagsalita, na sa biyahe yata siya.
And alam nyo ba na maraming mga content na Splinterlands na marami dyan short form lang din naman, well supported din ng community ng Splinterlands. Kasi may mga curators din sila. Pag pinost nila yung kanilang mga cards, ay kagaganda ng mga payouts. So it's really not a fixed rule. It really depends on the community. Depende yan sa curator mismo. Kasi sa tingin ko, halimbawa, may nakita kong 4 na sunod-sunod, pwede ko namang iboto lang isa dun eh. O kaya naman, actually, kung meron pang algorithms yan imimix pa yan ng algorithms kung alin ang unang ipapakita sa'yo o hindi. Kasi matatabunan niya, depende pa rin niya kung i-reblog. So maraming dynamics yan na maaring hindi rin naman kailangan seryosohin natin yung mga rules. Pero syempre, tayo na medyo matagal na at syempre tinuturo natin sa mga bago na kung saan ay ano yung magandang strategy na sa tingin natin ay effective. Pero kapag natuto na din itong mga tinuturuan natin, sila na din ang makakapagsabi kung anong effective na strategy sa kanila. Joyce?
Ako na lang magbasa doon sa ni Sotero. Sabi niya, personally, as a curator kasi siya, nadidismaya ako sa mga ganong user. So spamming will have a negative effect on them in a way that their viewers will see them as a shit poster. Yun ang sabi niya.
Alam nyo ba rin ba na yung short form, which is shit post din ng unang term na ginagamit, nag-iiba na din yan kasi there is in Leo now and Dbuzz is matagal na. So at kumbaga kahit naman isang sentence lang yan I mean, depende talaga yan sa appreciation ng curators at saka yung mga supporters niya. I mean, a shit post, ano ba ang halaga ng isang shit post? $0? $1 lang ba? $2 lang ba? O $3? O $5? I mean, sino ba ang makakapagsabi talaga kung may halaga o walang halaga ang isang maikling post? So, it really depends upon the community and appreciation na din natin. Chris?
Hey, another thing to point out is that there's never going to be a time where everybody on all of Hive is going to respect your work or respect your posts. There's always going to be somebody in general that doesn't agree with what you're posting. So, you know, it's okay that there's going to be criticism, sometimes constructive, sometimes even not constructive, because, you know, constructive criticism is actually worth something. Non-constructive criticism, where it's just insults and personal attacks, that's not worth anything. But there's never going to be a time where nobody in the world, you know, provides insults or negative criticism. So, you know, one of the things on Hive is that not only can you learn about technology and Web3 and ownership and blockchain and cryptocurrency, but you can also learn more about life and self-development. And one of the things that's required to, you know, develop ourselves is to accept that there's going to be people who are not only criticize us, but also insult us. That's part of life. Everywhere we go, or if we go enough places, there's going to be people who don't appreciate us, criticize us, or insult us. And that's just the way that life is. It's not, you know, exclusive to Hive and definitely not exclusive to the Dbuzz community.
Well, ito naman nangyari na sa Steemit before. Yung matagal na sa Steemit, ito na din naman yun nangyayari, pinag-uusapan na to sa Steemit time pa. Mga shitpost, long vlog, short vlog, bakit may malaki ang kita sa ganito, bakit maliit ang ganito, samantalang quality content. Napapag-usapan na yan noon pa. Pati nga yung consecutive posting, nagawa na natin yan. Supposed to be, alam na rin naman natin yan. Kaya, kumbaga, ina-apply lang natin yung natutunan natin, pero wala talagang hard rule. James, mag-share si James. James?
Sa Steemit kasi, yung rule sa Steemit is bawal yung straight posting na same posting na consecutive 3. Kasi mag-spamming yun sa sa system ng system ng sa Steemit dati sa sa smart contract nila. Spamming yun kasi same address lang yun Pag same posting, yung bawal. Okay lang mag-post after 30 minutes, pero hindi dapat parehas yung post.
Pero hindi naman binablock siya ng blockchain, 'di ba? Hindi ka lang makakagawa ng payout, 'di ba? Ganun lang naman 'yun Tama ba, Brother James? Oo. Hindi
naman siya ma-reject sa blockchain. Pero parang parang spamming yung lalabas Pero siguro wala pa man ako nakita violation na ganun.
Sinong nakakaalala kay Heijin? Chris Rice Heijin. Heijin always on the trending page during the Steemit time wala pa si Hive. And ano lang nilalagay ni Heijin? 'Di ba? Ang daming nasa trending page na parang marami ang mag-agree na hindi naman quality yung post, pero ang laki ng kanya. It is because ang dami ding mga supporter niya. 'Di ba? I mean, maaasar ka din minsan talaga na bakit walang kakwenta-kwenta din naman yung post niya, ba't ang daming boto niya? Samantalang ako pinaghirapan ko, 'di ba? Di ba, James, It's the community.
Mas okay, marami kang post
Kaya nga I mean, maasar ka lang, pero it allowed by the blockchain, and well, it works for them. It doesn't work for us. Siguro ganun talaga. Siguro kung mag-strategize pa tayo, magagawa din natin. Pero again, perception lang naman din yung quality Nababago yung perception that a shit post or a short form is a shit post. Hindi rin naman ganun palagi.
Hindi naman
Hindi naman
nagbabawal yung
ganun.
blockchain. Hindi naman kontrolado si blockchain, kaya walang bawal dyan.
Oo, at saka alam mo, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin din kagad-agad na yung post sa isang tao ay shit post lang talaga kasi merong ibang tao na curators na gusto nila yung post mo. Kahit 3 pa lang yan na masunod-sunod, gusto nila. At hindi mo din naman pwedeng maliitin yon para sa kanila. Ano? Well, kung gusto mo lang kontrahin, downvote mo. Di ba? Yun din naman ang balancing factor nun. Give a downvote. Patunayan mo na hindi ka karapat-dapat sa payout na yon. Pwede yon, Sis Joyce. Sis Joyce?
Oo. Yun lang yung binasa ko lang sa binasa ko lang yun.
Ayun. Actually, the downvote is the balancing factor. If you don't agree on the payout of the post, give a downvote. Yun lang. Kasi, sabi mo, bakit $3 ang payout niyan? Samantalang shit post yan. According to sa'yo, halimbawa, o i-downvote mo. Para lumiit yung payout niya. Kasi, nagko-curate ka din naman in an opposite direction. So, kumbaga, again, ito naman ay, syempre, it's culture. It is something like it really depends on the person. Pero, kumbaga, it's a learning process. Part of the democracy of the blockchain na Hive. Na kung saan you can exercise almost a lot of freedom within the blockchain itself. And yet, there is a say in the community. The community can see you. The community can say something. The community can influence you. Kaya, kumbaga, nauhubog pa rin tayo dun eh. Yun. Diba? So, actually, mukhang matatapos na siguro yung show. So, hingin na natin ng huling pananalita si Brother Chris. Chris, parting words na, and this will be the end part of the show na. Chris? Chris, parting words for our listener. Ay, naku, parang yan, okay, Chris. Okay, parting words before we end the show.
I would just like to thank everybody for coming, and I appreciate everyone in the DBuzz community and also on Hive. Let's work together to help each other, not just with opportunities within Hive, but in other areas of our life. And that's one of the reasons for having in-person meetups. And I'd very much appreciate meeting everyone here. Some of you I've already met in person, and I'd like to meet you again. And for those of you who I haven't met in person, let's make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you very much. At sana nga matuloy dito sa Pilipinas yung Hive Fest. Kahit mga 2 years o 3 years pa, sana matuloy po yun. At sana handa tayo mag-participate doon sa darating na Hive Fest sa future na yun. So mga kasama, thank you very much po. At ika nga po ay marami po tayong natutunan. Hayaan nyo po at yung mga concern natin yan ay pag-uusapan pa rin natin. Patuloy natin pag-uusapan sa GC. Pag-uusapan pa rin natin sa community. At patuloy pa rin natin tuturuan kung ano yung sa tingin natin ay makakabuti doon sa mga bago sa Hive, mga bago sa DBuzz. At syempre, pagdating ng panahon, mas marunong na sila sa atin o kasing marunong na sila natin, sila din mag-i-impart ng kanilang mga natutunan sa iba pa ring mga tao. Yun ang sinasabi kong network effect. Tinuruan natin sila, nakapag-formulate sila ng strategy, ginagamit nila at gagamitin nila sa iba. Ayan, ako, saktong-sakto lamang, naputol na yung ating call. Kaya nga po, eto na yung sinasabi natin na sa Hive po kasi, sa DBuzz, ito po yung klase ng blockchain na kung saan malaki po talaga ang factor ng community. Kung mo ito ay blogging platform na kung saan umaasa yung mga authors sa interaction ng mga readers. At syempre, ang mga readers na tinatawag nating curators, may kanya-kanya kasi yung interpretasyon kung paano la i-appreciate ang content mo. Pero imagine, tayo naman kasing nagpo-post sa Hive o sa DBuzz, we are just being incentivized sa content na nilalagay natin. Eventually, we are rewarded with Hive tokens. And this is the safest and the freest way to have and to earn HYPE tokens. There are other ways to earn HYPE tokens. Buy ka sa crypto exchanges, mag-participate ka sa mga iba pang blockchain activity, play NFT games, magkakaroon ka din ng ganyan, do the trading, do the swapping, etc. Magkakaroon ka ng HYPE tokens na kung saan pwede mong i-hodl ng matagal para pagdating kung mataas ng presyo, benta mo. Yan yung mga strategy. Again, hindi mo naman kailangan pumunta sa blogging if you think that blogging rules and the rules of the community is parang napaka-strict o kung ano man, do kung ano yung sa tingin mong strategy to earn HYPE tokens na mas effective sa'yo. Kasi ikaw din naman ang gagawa ng paraan sa lahat. We are learning about blockchain. We are learning each other. Di ba? So, magandang gabi po at sana po'y natutunan po ninyo yung napakaraming bagay dito po sa DBUS and HYPE. So, sana po ay sa susunod na Sunday ay samahan niyo uli kami para sa susunod na show. At kung may katanungan man kayo, sulat nyo lang po dyan sa comment section sa baba. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat.